Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Kent for those of you who are new here. So today I want to chat to you guys about something that I find has really kind of centered me during all the craziness that's going on in the world right now. I know everyone's probably so sick of hearing that, we know what's going on, we don't need to keep talking about it, but it's a fact and it's ever present around us and it's real, and regardless of what situation you're in, I know I have days where I just feel scatty, I just don't know what's coming, I feel very uncentered and ungrounded. So I thought I'd share with you 10 healthy habits that I swear by to keep me grounded, to get me back on track and have me feeling my best. I'm sure you guys have your own habits that you love to do that really make you feel good. Please leave them in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys swear by. But for me, I'm gonna just share with you my 10, and obviously this list is not going to apply to everyone. You have to find what works best for you, but hopefully I can give you something new to try if you don't already do this, and let me know if you do and let me know how you feel afterwards. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So the number one thing that I like to do to just close off from the world, relax and completely soothe myself, like it's just one of those things that I don't think I could get by without, and that is having a good bath. I tend to have my baths in the evening because I find if I have it in the morning or in the daytime, it just makes me want to go straight to sleep, which is a good thing because baths are meant to be relaxing, but in that sense it's better for me to do it in the evening after the stress of the day and just wash off everything that's happened. Just be present, just be with myself and soak in happiness. So there's some things I love to put in my bath. The first is Epsom salts. I get the eucalyptus ones. They just make you feel so much better and so much more relaxed, especially if you do exercise or you're feeling stressed or you're tense and you've naturally got a stiff body. They really just help and they just make you feel 20 times more relaxed than normal bath salts and bubble baths. So I pour those in, I light some candles, I turn off the lights, close the blinds, close the door, and depending on my mood, I will either pop on my bath time playlist, which has some really nice chilled music to listen to. I also really love Hawks. Hawks is a great guy to listen to if you are just relaxing because his music is extremely calming. So I will link his music down below. If you guys haven't checked him out, please do, he's incredible. If I don't feel like listening to music, I will just close my eyes and have a relaxing time without any distractions, any music, anything like that. There's a lot to be said for the simple things in life that have the biggest impression on you, and a bath for me is definitely one of those things. Something that links off of that is something that I have found, especially the older I get, the more I need, and that is a full 8 hours of sleep, or 7, whatever you can manage. But I find anything under 7 really just messes with me completely. My physical, mental health, everything. If I don't get a good night's sleep, I can really feel the impact and I can see it on my face the next morning. So getting a full 8 hours sleep has become something that's very important to me and something that I really choose to prioritize as much as I can. I am aware that a lot of people, work late jobs or work more than one job or struggle with sleeping, and it's very easy for me to sit here and say get 8 hours of sleep, but not everyone can. But I think just prioritizing time for yourself before you go to bed is very important as well. Like I mentioned, having a bath always gets me in that mode. And another habit actually that I do that links into this is reading before bed. So I'll turn off my laptop, turn off my phones, and if you want a foolproof way of falling asleep fast, definitely read. I'm currently reading this book, The Hunting Wives by May Cobb. It is such a good book. I literally blew through it in a couple days. So getting something also that's easy to get into and that grips you is really nice because then you don't dread reading. That ties into getting 8 hours sleep. Bath, reading a book, turning off electronics, switching off your mind from things that could necessarily cause you stress or think about things that have passed that are no longer in your control either. It just gives you a chance to really be present. And I love reading because it takes you out of your own world and puts you in another and really just gives your mind a break from reality. And that's what you want when you're about to go to sleep. You don't want your brain to be lingering on everything that's happening in the world, everything that's happened that day, any hardships, any stresses, you just want to turn it off. And I find a bath, reading, all that good stuff really sends you into that lovely headspace to go and have a good night's sleep. So very important. Then leading off onto that, another habit that I really swear by is waking up earlier than is necessary. So I'm not part of the 5 a.m. club. I don't think I ever will be. I get up every morning at either 6:30 or 6:45, latest 7. I always set my alarm for 6:45. If I get up earlier than that, I'm up. Nothing can put me back to sleep. I only start work at 8 and I work from home, so theoretically I could wake up at like 7:45 and sleep in much longer. But I find a good morning routine is a huge part of setting yourself up for a good day, both mentally and physically. So I wake up always necessary than earlier, even on weekends I do. Sometimes it's annoying. It's also just my body clock that does that after all these years. In winter it's obviously a bit harder because it's cold and rainy outside and it's dark and feels like it's still the middle of the night. In summer it's obviously easier to do that, but just waking up, having that time in the morning before your day gets away with you, where you don't have to rush, you don't have to panic, you don't have to answer to anyone, but do exactly what you feel like doing, is so important. At least I found it is for me. So I'll wake up earlier, I will make myself a cup of coffee, I will sit on my couch, either listen to music, watch something nice on YouTube, read a few chapters of my book, just have that time just for me. And once I'm done eating my breakfast and all the rest, I can get myself feeling ready for the day without having to rush. I think that's a very important aspect. Rushing and stressing first thing in the morning is the worst thing you can do for yourself. I mean, we have literally all been there. I don't think there's a person on this earth who hasn't had a chaotic morning in their life, but just giving yourself a couple extra hours or even an extra half an hour in the morning to take your time and wake up slowly and get your head in a good space for the day is a habit that I would recommend to everyone. Just give it a try and see how much it's going to change your life. It really, really will. And that's not saying wake up at 5. That's just saying try half an hour earlier than you normally do, then give that a couple months, then try an hour earlier than you normally do, and just see what works best for you. Then something else that I swear by, and it's probably one of the few things that for the longest has been able to kind of click me right back into feeling good, is exercise. That could be going for a walk, it could be doing a quick stretch session, yoga class, doing at-home workout, going to the gym, whatever you feel works best for you. Just getting your body moving and getting those endorphins flowing and getting yourself sweating and feeling active is such a good way to kind of set yourself back on track. It doesn't have to be every day, it doesn't have to be religiously, it doesn't even have to be longer than 15 minutes, but just getting your body moving at least 3 times a week in some capacity, especially when you're feeling low, is just such a great habit to get into. And find what time of day works best for you. Some days I'll prefer to work out in the morning, other days I'll prefer to work out in the afternoon. Some days I just don't feel like it at all, and in that case I will listen to my body. Sometimes I feel like stretching, other times I feel like doing weights, sometimes I just feel like going for a run and getting out and getting my head clear in nature. That's also amazing. Going for a walk with a friend. Whatever kind of exercise you prefer to do, I think that hang on to that, try a few things you like. It's also having that time to feel your body move and connect your body with your mind in a way where they're often so disconnected during the day, and you're often always sitting at your desk or sitting at your computer or driving in your car, and you don't have that time to really see what your body can do and give your body that benefit of moving, as well as how much you move your mind. I think is something that everyone should try to prioritize. It really does just make you feel like you can take on anything after you go for a good run or you have a good little sweat sesh. So exercise is definitely a healthy habit I recommend as well. Now the next one is definitely the Virgo in me speaking, but I say this from a place of experience, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate that when your space is messy and disorganized, you feel extremely messy and disorganized in your head, and that is definitely a fact. I know I'm not alone in feeling that way, and that's why my next habit that I recommend is cleaning and organizing the space around you. So if you don't make your bed in the morning, if you leave your clothes lying everywhere, if you don't do your dishes before you go to bed, you will immediately always feel like you've got something in the background that's nagging on your attention, or that's throwing you off a little bit, unsettling you slightly. So having a clean space and making sure that the space around you is a space that you want to be in will immediately impact your mental space as well as your physical space. So I always clean the dishes before I go to bed. I always pack my clothes away. I make my bed every single morning. I tidy up the couch covers. I'm not saying deep clean your apartment every day, but definitely do a deep clean once a week and just tidy up. There's a difference between tidying and cleaning, and tidying in itself can make you feel so much more organized and put together. If you just know that your space is neat, it gives you a chance for your mind to just settle into its environment without constantly being distracted by everything else and feeling scatty. So organizing your space, cleaning it where you can, and making sure that you're not waking up to anything dirty or any chores like dishes, taking out the trash. Do that all the night before so that you can wake up and start your day fresh in a fresh space. Then something that also, I guess, links on a little bit to exercise but doesn't even necessarily have to be a physical activity is being out in nature. So a lot of us live in cities, a lot of us live in apartments, a lot of us haven't been able to get out and really experience anywhere else that much because of lockdown and because of everything. But if you live in an area where you are fortunate enough to get out and experience some kind of nature, do it. Whether it's going for a walk on the beach, going to your favorite nearby park, just going for a walk in your street, going for a cycle, whatever makes you feel connected to nature, sitting on your porch, on your balcony, listening to the birds without any technology or anything around you. It just is so grounding to be outside and breathe in fresh air and see nature and feel nature. It just really sets you back in with us as humans, and that sounds so cheeseball, but it really does, because we're so connected to our phones and our laptop and our small spaces, and it can just get so self-centered and everything in your head can just feel like it's about to explode. But take one step outside, look at how vast the ocean is, look at how many birds there are in the sky, how many trees there are, how much everybody's out and about and moving, how many cars there are on the road. It just puts your life into perspective, and it just makes you feel grateful for being able to be here at all and have access to those things. Hikes instead of going to gym every now and then, go for a run by the sea instead of going on the treadmill, swim in the sea instead of going to your pool or your gym pool. Just be outside in nature and become connected to it again. Then the next one sounds odd, but it's got a lot of truth to it, and that is talk to yourself. Words of encouragement. Forgive yourself when you mess up and you make a mistake. Give yourself praise when you've done something amazing that deserves to be recognized. You made your bed this morning, you got up half an hour early like you said you were going to. Pat yourself on the back and say, well done, Kens. You did that. I'm so proud of you. You have to be that voice in your own head that looks out for you. How would you want your friend to speak to you, or how would you speak to your friend if they were in the same position? Chances are you wouldn't be as harsh on them as you are on yourself. So give yourself a break. You laugh at yourself if you accidentally drop a dish or walk into a door or do something that's classically you know? Have that relationship with yourself where you can appreciate everything that you offer to this world and everything you offer to those around you as well as to yourself. You are as much there to look out for you as everyone else is, and you are for everybody else. So speak to yourself as if you are speaking to another person, because you are a person and you deserve those words of encouragement, those words of praise, and you deserve forgiveness as well. Then another thing, eat food that makes you feel good. You feel like your body just needs a piece of cake, or you need a pizza, or you need a burger. Give that to your body. Guaranteed you will feel 20 times better after it. Listen to your body, listen to your cravings, and eat food that you know is going to leave you feeling so much better afterwards. Food is one of the things during this whole situation that I'm sure you guys can relate to has saved the day. Being able to play with new recipes, being able to experiment in the kitchen, having time to cook things that you wouldn't usually have time to is one of the huge blessings that has come out of this whole thing. I think overall as a society we need to stop looking at food as this point of tension and actually just see it as something that's to be enjoyed, and listen to your body with what it needs. Your body knows itself better than anything. So if it's craving something, give it to it. If it's craving veggies, give it to it. If it's craving cake, give it to it. Just give it what it wants and listen to it, and you will feel 20 times better afterwards, both mentally and physically. Then the last habit I'm going to talk about is prioritizing time each day to do something just for you. Something that makes you feel totally like yourself again, something that makes you so happy, brings you so much joy. And it could honestly be as mundane as watching your favorite trashy reality show on TV, or putting your earphones in and listening to your favorite podcast on Spotify for an hour, or your favorite album, reading a chapter out of your favorite book, going for a walk by the sea just by yourself, treating yourself to an online purchase or a buy from the nearest vintage store, going to a local coffee shop and getting yourself a pastry that you've been eyeing out for a while. Just doing something nice for yourself and giving yourself that time of day each day is such a good habit, because it makes each day exciting and it makes each day enjoyable. And instead of constantly looking at the future and a couple weeks from now, a couple months from now, constantly waiting to find happiness in what's going to happen in a couple months when things feel normal again, try find that same feeling every day in the small things. So yeah guys, that is it for me. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you were able to take something away from it. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and please subscribe to my channel if you are new. I've actually seen that about 60% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed yet, so if you are one of them, please hit subscribe. It really helps my channel, and I promise I will pay you back by bringing out cool content. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.